Hello everyone. So today we are here to debate on a particular subject matter. So the subject matter is living culture is far better than marriage. So it's a hot topic. So when you are hitched to someone, I consider it you have that barrier. You have that particular limitations and you cannot go further. You have that responsibility within your shoulder. You're under the pressure and at the same time you gotta go. You better grab your stuff and get going to earn your bread and butter. And that's, in this, on this rat race, it's very, very stressful. And when you are an individual entity, you have that freedom within yourself that I don't need anyone. I am financially independent. I am capable of things. I don't rely on someone. So you don't need anyone. So in that manner, live in culture also brings refreshment. When you are surrounded with people, that doesn't mean that I'm telling that you do not have anyone. You're isolated. I'm not telling that. I'm telling that you are surrounding with your people, your close ones. You're discussing with your problems, what sort of problems you're having, and they'll give you a leg up. So that's very appreciable. That's Lulu. But when you have that person and you're living together, maybe the individual won't understand you, the core you I'm talking about. They won't understand. We know very well an amazing actress by the name Taboo. So she is also unmarried. Marriage is not necessary. She is in the pinnacle of success. So we know very well. So that particular term marriage doesn't reflect you. That doesn't identifies you. You are the one.
Counter. I really appreciate my opponent speaker as she had said that living culture is far better than if a person ties or not. Now the fact is that the society doesn't accept that. First thing is that marriage is a very holy, ritualistic, systematic bonding where there are not only the two people, even there are two families are going to be together. And now this is not at present it has created the heritage of Indian culture, where even if you see the history of the Indian culture from the ancient time onwards, this particular process has taken forward. So now the question is that why we should cold shoulder? Is it at all right? Yes, to some extent. Some people at present living in 2025, they feel that they are modern. So for that reason, they would like to remove all the ancient things and they will be modernizing the fact. But that is not the ultimate thing. Living together is to some extent someone like fantasizing in between each other. But whereas it is marriage is not only the bonding two people, not only the bonding two families, rather marriage gives society's honorable position for both the bride and the groom, the man and the woman. Just because marriage is ultimately always is a giving a thumbs like position. Why? Just because whenever a person is going to get married to particular girl, at that time not only the responsibility is part of the marriage, but apart from that there are a lot of things which a boy can come to know, and equally a girl also is going to understand the new family into which she is going to step in. Just because after the marriage a girl leaves her own house, leaving her own house, she gets into a different family and the family is absolutely new. So do you think that it is a very easy task rather than easy task? Counter.
I beg to differ. Just we are not in an orthodox period. I beg to differ. We are living in a modern society and it demands advanced lifestyle, very luxurious, top-notch category, when people are carrying a bag which is cost an arm and a leg. So we know very well the United States of America and more foreign countries, they have that particular term divorce. So why? If togetherness or families matter a lot, why they are getting so many divorce cases? Yeah, that could be a hot question, or a $64 question, right? So, and what could be the future of a child? Two person are hitched to each other, so that is why one children are there, or one, or maybe you know what I mean. So what could be the future of that particular child or children? So that is a question that, if you are not ready to take a responsibility of a marriage, then better not to get hitched to. Then don't spoil one's life. That is my question. I'd like to ask my opponent speaker that, please, you told that what could be the what could be the positive sides of a coin, then let us know the negative side of a coin.
So now the question is that, as my opponent speaker has already mentioned, that there are a lot of endeavors up there, but at the very beginning she said the modern culture in the the United Kingdom or the United States also, if you take the example, just because we should forget that where we are and where we are going to live, or we should keep in our mind that where I am and what is the root of my presence. For that reason, we should keep in our mind. And now there is another one question I would like to mention of my opponent speaker. She said that one of the celebrities, a female celebrity, she has adopted few people. She is going to be live together. Adopting some child or the children and living with a person, both are not the same thing. First thing, she has to clarify herself. First thing is that she has to be very much define what she is trying to mention. There are many people at present, I really appreciate them. Being even couple, they are not going to decide their family, but they are going to continuing with the family, adopting different child or the children from different orphanages. So now this is a very initiative. This is rather appreciating thing. So now the question is that living together, there are number of side effects or rather bad impacts are there. First thing is that whenever there are two people, male and the female, they are going to be live together without under any circumstances, as per their wisdom, as per their freedom. So there are a lot of argy-bargy can take place. And as we know very well, there is no contractual basis, there is no means paperwork basis, they are going to settle down themselves. But in case of the marriage, earlier there was not that process, but maybe at present there is a process called the marriage registration. Easily a person cannot divorce his or her better off, and vice versa. So now the question is that living together, there is no such thing. So now we know very well that what are the impacts of living together demands, why people are going to be now independently being together. Now there are many people, they may tell, no, living together is a very good thing, just because to understand each other very well. Why there was no earlier any concept? Why people, they are not decided long before that living together can be understanding? Even there are many people, those who are in a love relation for a long period of time, for a long stretch of time, while they have already hitched, so after a certain length of time they got divorced. Why? Just because if a person can understand a person may not be in living together, the person can realize what he or she mean to him. And if they are not, it is impossible for them, because it is pure game of the mindset.
Yeah. So I believe that my co-speaker was not all ears when I was addressing the subject matter. I didn't tell that the actress by the name of Tabu, she adopted something. I never told that. So what I told, that she is unmarried, that I told. She is unmarried and she is living her life happily. She is in the seventh heaven. That I told. Now, coming back to the point, Shushmita Singh, you know very well, our Miss Universe, she adopted two kids. One of the children, her name is Renee, if I'm not mistaken. So she is raising her children very, very, eminently or efficiently. She is a nice mom. She is not married at all, but she is playing a role of a mother. You know.
Cut the
So
hell. Live together with the person without marriage.
yeah,
You are talking about a child.
yeah.
Because you are talking about single parenting. But today's subject matter is whether it is better to live in with somebody
Yeah.
or to get married to that person.
Yeah, I am cutting the chase. So now the question is that if someone is over the moon when she or he is unmarried, he is happy with his own companion. You know very well when we talk about this in a spiritual way, that is that you are the one, the core you. You are the one who is the leader of your life, and you are the voice of your own. So you know that I don't need anyone. I am capable. I'm financially independent. I am also without any disabilities by God's grace, and I am capable of taking care of everything, my family members as well. So why would I need someone to take care of something? You know, generally I have seen, beg to differ, that generally I have seen boys or men that they need women or they need a girl who will be taking care of themselves and as well as the family. Why don't you have that capability within yourself that you will be taking care of everything? What will do? You will earn bucks, you will earn money, and you will say that I am the only earning person of the family, so I can say like that you are the one who will do all the household chores.
Somebody is it good to live in with somebody of the opposite sex.
Sir,
That's the subject matter.
it it's not my cup of tea, so I would choose that living culture. I would choose rather myself.
Living culture.
So living culture should be, adopted in this country. What if I am hitched to someone who perhaps is a coward? Then I will regret. But when I am living with someone, and then I'll get to know the particular person. I know him that he is amiable or he's good, or maybe he is, not that good. He is nuts. So I'll think about that. I'll rack my brains on that particular thing. So why would marriage, that particular commitment or attachment, is necessary? That is my question.
Counter.
So now the question is that marriage, what is the meaning if we will go deep into the factor? So I would like to say that whenever a girl is going to decide that she is going to tie the knot with the person, then not only the person she is going to get as a husband. Apart from that, she is going to get many things. First thing is that society is a respect. Second thing is that financial.
Another new family.
That's right. Second thing is that financial support. If she goes anywhere, a person, protector like her husband, is always along with the wife. And second thing, which is most important for both, even for the wife and for the husband, whenever they will have an issue, that particular baby is going to get the name of the father. So which is the more important in the society that we need to know. Just because marriage, we think that it is maybe the two people are going to get together and they are going to fantasize. Only the tagline is going to give them the marriage. No, that is not enough. Just because marriage, totally different thing. That's why at the very beginning I have said that marriage is a holy bonding. Not only between two people, there are two families even going to be get together. All right. So now the question is that what about why deadly I'm against of the living together? Just because living together, maybe to some extent, someone like changing my clothes, I may change my partner. Today I am not at all satisfied, so tomorrow I can pick up someone else. Tomorrow I may satisfy with someone one, and I may desire for the third one. So like this, day by day, I am going to exchange my partner, maybe to some extent, if I will tell in a very rude language, called my bed partner. So that is called living together. That's not called absolutely accepted in our Indian culture, at least. So for that reason, I always prefer the marriage is the always in the society accepted.
We get to see a lot, articles that I have read on social media platforms and in the newspapers, that that affairs after the marriage that is going on. Am I right, sir?
You mean extramarital?
Yeah, extramarital affairs. So this is, if my co-speaker is not supporting the live-in culture, then it is not at all appreciated that extramarital affairs. Then both the term is same. I am telling that both is same, but the marriage, they are considering the word marriage, quote unquote marriage, just because an attachment, and after that they are going, if there is a girl, if there is a boy, that doesn't matter, but affair is going on, and that is not at all appreciated. It ticks me off that why people do so. If you're attaching to someone, if you're committed to someone, then why you are doing so? So it is better to stay happy with the live-in culture. Then we will see the particular person, that how his behavior is his behavior
One
is.
question is that after marriage, do you have the right to love anybody?
No, sir.
You don't have the right.
After marriage, I will be in the side of my husband.
You are committed to a man.
Yeah, I am committed to a man.
But after that, you may happen to like somebody else. And then you perhaps feel a little better when you are in the company of that person who is not your husband, and if love takes place, how is it possible for you to control that?
Sir, it would depend on situation. I believe that if my husband, if he loves me and I don't love him, I am not sweet on him, then I tell him that there's a one-sided love. Then I cannot live happily. So I would
If you love your husband,
if I love my
if
husband,
you love your husband, is it not possible for you to love a second man?
no. If I love my husband, then my full concentration will go to my husband only. I cannot love two persons simultaneously.
But love is a chemistry of the heart.
I understand, but
How is it possible for you to prompt the heart not to fall in love with anybody?
just because I believe in spirituality, and our esteemed monks and our holy scriptures books, they'll show me the path that they have
But that is
shown
in
the
case of
path.
marriage.
That is in case of marriage, and that is
But
in
you are
case of a.
supporting living. You are supporting living. Say you are living in with somebody, and you are committed to that person. But no marriage has taken place. No
Okay.
ritual marriage has taken place
Okay.
between the two of you.
Okay.
If you are in love with another person, do not have the right to move out of the company of your living partner and start living in with that man.
Sir, again, it will depend on the situation. I mean, situations are, they are very, very, what say, that particular term, well, I'm forgetting, but this is not at all pre-estimated that we can predict that will happen and that will not. But still, there will be a mutual understanding. If there is living, at the same time there will be understanding that that's me, that's core me. That is no banner of marriage will be going on, no commitment will be considered. That's me, that's core me, and that's core you. We will live and we will get to know each other afterwards. When I feel that, or he feels that she's not my type or he's not my type, then we may go further. That's all living culture is. So when we are considering marriage, then why extramarital affairs take place after marriage?
Now, that Pusha, she is saying that if possible, if you meet, you may easily walk out on a particular person if you are not married to that person, him or her. Okay, but in case of marriage, it is difficult. And then it will be called an extramarital affair, and it's very difficult for you to break that marriage. So this is the kind of hassle. She is saying that living is a better and hassle-free relationship.
As you know very well, the society has two wings. One is the male, one is the female. We know very well if a bird has two wings and if one of the wings hurt, so definitely the bird cannot fly freely. So exactly whenever in living together, if society will find the male and the female both are being together and after that they got dispatched, they even don't live together, do you think that in this society they can be free? It's not possible for them. Even it is not possible so freely.
No, she is saying that in case of living, there is no legal obligation.
Yes, I'm coming to the point. Now the question is that most of the living together, what are the problems takes place? First thing is that they cannot be in between the families. They have to be a little far away. It is to some extent someone like earlier the process used to be take place, though right now it has been reduced called to elope with someone. It is to some extent like that. Now the question is that extramarital affair, as my opponent speaker has said, I would like to touch upon this particular point. We should know why the extramarital affair takes place. What is the root cause of this reason? First thing is that the love cannot be differ from anyone, whether you are married, whether you are unmarried. You will be highly liking the love, as we know very well. The chemistry between two hearts, always there is love. So now the question is that there are some couples, maybe I'm talking about the female couple, I mean the female partner, that maybe they did not like to whom she is going to marry to, but due to her family's reputation.
No, she is saying that she can enjoy sex very freely.
That's
Today
different.
she is in company with the man, tomorrow she doesn't like that man, she walks out on him and starts living in somebody else. So there is no problem at all, no law is involved there. But because of marriage, if you suddenly fall in love with some other woman and start to go to bed with that particular woman, there will be some legal problem.
If that be the case, then she can play the role of a girl. I mean the lady who plays always with the toy boys, rather with a toy boy. That's right. That means a fantasizing own self.
Okay, let us see what it is.
Yeah.
Usha is saying that you will be called a call girl then. If today you are in the bed of another one man, after a month or 2 months, you are in the bed of another man, then you will be called a call girl.
Yeah. So I don't know specifically, people are on their toes to blame girls or women. If men do so, then it's masculinity and that sort of attitude they have.
No, Usha has not said.
But-
Usha has used the particular term toy boy. That applies to men only, not to women.
But call girl is something which is
That is in case of a woman.
woman.
But he has also used this term toy boy. A woman may play with a boy somewhat like a toy.
Yeah, I understand, but in living culture, I already told there would be a mutual understanding. Within that understanding or within the basis of a particular bond, first what we do, we make friends. Then afterwards, we may fall in love with each other. We may hang out, we may go on date, and afterwards we will understand each other's feeling. We feel, and then we may go for a living culture, right? There's a process that then we are on our toes to jump in a living culture, right? So there would be a respect, a mutual respect would be there, like marriage. But there's a different.
But who will monitor that? Law or court cannot monitor.
No,
that.
in living culture, no, in living culture, we are there. If he is doing something wrong, then I'll tell that no, don't do this. I know this would be the right thing or the right approach. Then he may know some sort of thing that I might not know. So that would be the understanding. That would be, and that marriage, they call it adjustment, quote unquote adjustment. And adjustment and love both are different, with each other, right? And you cannot,
Here also you are saying that adjustment in the name of a mutual understanding. You are saying mutual understanding.
No, sir.
This is a type of.
No, sir, let me explain. Mutual understanding is something which has positive effects, but adjustment is something which has negative effects. I mean, that ratio is
What
different.
do you mean by mutual understanding?
Mutual understanding means we understand when, say for example, if in a living relationship they tend to see each other each and every day. So he knows her. He knows that when she needs her phone, when she needs her laptop, when she needs to go outside with her friends, when she is feeling low, when she is feeling happy, when she is, craving for pizzas and all, for example. This is all mutual understanding without any words. I do not need to tell my partner that I need something. I do not need to tell. I mean,
That means your living partner should be someone like a delivery boy.
no, not like, sir. Delivery boy is a very harsh term for my partner. He should be treated with respect as I am being treated. So he also needs some respect, some sort of dignity. He also has. That is the mutual understanding. That is, we are simultaneously comparing. And in marriage, what happens? We dominate women. We dominate. You do this, you do that, household chores, go outside, grab those stuff.
There's your Pusha, she is saying that in case of marriage, generally the men dominate women. Or do you think that the opposite happens?
The question is that I will not disagree with this point. There are some men, those who feel that whenever they get married to a particular woman, they think that they are boss or they are trying to walk over the lady. This is true. I do not deny. But the fact is that in real sense, we need to know there are many couples, those who lead their conjugal life like the friends. They do not interfere in between personal life in spite of being husband and wife. For example, even they do not try to check their cell phones that what she or he is going to do so. So now the question is that if there is something good, there must be something wrong. We should not take the wrong aspect huge in number. Now the question is that domination part I will not tell. Why? Just because this we know very well, the women are the great to manage everything. Instead of a boy, if a girl or if a lady manages the house, we knew very well there will be everything in perfect order. But instead of that, if a boy does so, we know very well everything will be mess. So for that reason, position wise, we know what a girl can do. Position wise, we know very well what boy can do. So for that reason, we cannot give the tagline that all the boys are going to get married to a particular girl to dominate them. As I've already said, the domination part may be to some extent, but not most of the cases.
Yeah, so as my co-speaker,
You see, when you are living in with a partner, then there is of course everything taking place between the two of you.
yep,
Someone like wife and husband.
yep,
So who will take the responsibility of the fruit of that love?
both of us. I mean,
But there is no legal.
no, not any legal barrier is there. It is free. I mean, everything will be going forward with our willingness.
Whose name will the child get? Whose surname will the child get?
Sir, it doesn't, I mean, it don't take too farther. First, we will see each other. We will, spend some time with each other, and afterwards, we'll decide about that child and all those things. We need
By
mental
sometime-
preparation.
By some time, what do you mean? 1 year? 2 years?
It would depend. It would depend. Now, I cannot predict like that, but I would like to differ.
What do you mean by sometime? Sometime maybe 1 day, sometime maybe 2 days, sometime maybe.
Sir, now I don't. I mean, dear knows, but still, I would
How long will it take you to understand a boy properly?
maybe 1 year or 2 years.
1 year, or
Yeah.
2 years.
Mhm.
2 years is a long time.
Yeah.
During these 2 years, if in case you are in the family way, then are you going to undergo abortion?
No, sir. We will take all the precautions.
Precautionary measures.
Yeah, we will consider it, and it would be my responsibility to look at that particular matter with caution, that no, we need to take all these precautionary measures and all. So it won't go with that, and we won't let this what type of situation
but you
we'll
know,
have.
the contraceptive pills have a lot of side effects, adverse side effects. Your health will suffer a huge loss. So how is it possible for you to manage your health at that time?
Yeah, sir, I will consult my doc. Everything has a negative side. We are, eating those fast foods. So it has also a negative side. But we are taking those antibiotics. You know very well that antibiotics are also has negative side when we are taking it. So everything has a negative side. We cannot tell that, oh, no, I won't have this. It has negative side.
Antibiotics we do not take for a prolonged period of time. Antibiotics always are prescribed for a certain course.
I understand.
Say 5 days or 3 days. But contraceptive pills you have to take on a daily basis.
Sir, consider the example like chemotherapy. We know very well when a person is.
Disease. So do you think that this living relationship is
No,
not
sir.
a terminal disease?
No, sir. But I am, as an example, I'm telling that if a person has cancer, so she or he may went through the chemotherapy and all that. So
His health
it is.
already damaged. There is
But
no possibility of recovery.
he chemotherapy has also side effects. That is my point. I'm not talking about the particular
That's the
person.
last stage.
That is the last stage. Maybe she or he may recover. Like we know very well the actress Hina Khan. So she fought back against.
You are comparing contraceptive pills to chemotherapy.
No, I'm not comparing this with chemotherapy and all that, but in general, I'm telling that everything has its positive and negative side. So we cannot just, summarize that particular thing. So what I was telling that he was telling that girl has to manage everything. So girl will be there, as girl is more responsible than boys. He was telling, my co-speaker, respected co-speaker, is telling. So the person, he may appoint a manager instead of his duchess. Right.
Let us see what Musha wants to say about the advantages of marriage. What is the advantage of marriage? Why should we be married at all?
Just because whenever marriage takes place, I personally feel, it's my personal opinion, first thing that a boy gets a companion, which definitely every boy or every man look for it, and which is really necessary after a certain length of time course. So now the question is that whenever,
Why is it necessary?
just because we know very well our gender always attracts the opposite gender.
Or in case if for that reason there is a living relationship.
Live-in relationship, whenever it's going to take place, we know very well the lustfulness may react. That may be in both the cases. That may be in the marriage, that may be in the living together. But whenever there is a marriage comes at the time, it may be to some extent some boulders we may overcome. But whenever it's the matter of the living together, there will be no particular boulder we should overcome. Why? Just because there is none to monitor us. Just because whenever living together, a person is going to select the option, at the time he knew very well is the under open sky. So now he can fly as much as he want. And now the question is that marriage is not that easy. As I would like to tell you that whenever a person gets married to a particular girl, at that time he or she is not going to get ready to go to bed with that particular wife or the girl, but before that he or she wants to be very good friends. He or she wants to very good well understanding in between
Which
each other.
is some of the advantages of living relationship.
Yes, sir. So living relationship is not about that sex. First, we will understand our partner, and then we will get to know each other, that what his favorites, what her favorites. So that is the thing, that's a collaborative way, and that's a very
Proper study.
Yeah, so and that feels very very refreshing, that I'm living with someone who understands me. That is the refreshing vibes one can get by living relationship. And another one, that you can enjoy the physical togetherness,
Pleasure.
pleasure, physical pleasure. And that is one of the points that I'd highlight, that is mental support. And sometimes what happens, that we cannot discuss everything with our parents. There's some precautions or there's some limitations, but when you are living with your partner, if he is trustworthy or if she is trustworthy, quote unquote, remember, then you may tell your flaws, you may tell what things you are bad at, you may discuss that, and he will tell or she will tell that how can you rectify your mistakes.
Do you find any disadvantage of living relationship, or you think that living relationship has no disadvantage?
Yeah, sir, disadvantages are there in relationship
Such
as
as?
well, such as I particularly feel that when you are living with someone you know maybe for 2 or 3 years. I mean, your parents know you since your birth, and your partner know you just for 2 or 3 years, maybe. Apparently, I'm talking. So then if he is a betrayal, then what could be done? Your secrets or what have you discussed with that particular person, it will, he may
Oh,
blackmail you. Yeah, he may bamboozle that particular girl or boy. I mean, that if both the genders I'm talking about, then he may cheat on you, and then afterwards, when he may blackmail you with your secrets or with your flaws and all that, and
Disadvantage.
disadvantages, these are all.
Okay, let us hear from Punsha the disadvantage of marriage. Is there any disadvantage of marriage?
The disadvantage of marriage is there only one thing, that which is right now to some extent highly means desirable thing, we may say, that divorce after
Desirable, that's a desirable thing.
for certain couple. Why? Just because the terms we know very well, that palimony and the alimony. When a divorce case file has been launched, so at the time the opponent, the partner has
So
to.
divorce is the only disadvantage.
So far, I feel so, and apart from that, I don't find is there any disadvantage. Why? Just because there are commitments. There are the commitments which is taking place from both the sides. So for that reason, I personally feel that this divorce is going to be only the disadvantage for the marriage life.
Thank you.